Volodymyr Demyanenko, founder UAtech, non-profit organization from Canada for Ukraine. Today we communicate with Sergiy Popov. Hi.
It's nice that you host me here today. I'm Sergiy Popov, and I'm a founder of investment fund V7. My background is tech founding. I'm a tech founder, and I've been working in different tech companies as a founder and a CEO for 9 years, and I scaled from 0 to 300 people product team, and I understand all the pain points of the CEO founders as well. Afterwards of my founding career, I decided that I would love to start also alongside the investment path. So just not only as a mentor, but also, I like being the person who put my own skin in the game. So just consulting, but also put my own money into the game and the money of my LPs. And right now we are, with my team, focusing on investment mostly in tech startups, Ukrainian founders, not only Ukrainian founders, but I currently prefer with my team Ukrainian startups. We're based in Lisbon, but our team currently spread across the globe, I would say. We have people who are working with us in Malta, Lisbon, Warsaw, Ukraine, definitely, Toronto. So we're global now.
Yeah. Nice to see you here in Lisbon. Today we co-organizer of our great event.
I like the place.
Yeah, it's a perfect place near Web Summit Lisbon 2025. It's the end of our season, 8 events, and we can little bit discuss about Ukrainian founders, because we are UAtech. Our mission is to support Ukrainian founders, and you are like a venture fund entrepreneur. A lot of help Ukrainians to grow their business. What makes Ukrainian founders different? What do you think?
Like currently, what I see and what my team see about what the difference and why we are supporting Ukrainian founders. But we always had the idea that in Ukraine we had a great developers. We had the second idea that we had the old Soviet Union math school. But I would add, not only that right now makes us more resilient, and we like hustling. This is the proper word, I would say.
Yeah.
And also we have a lack of resources, lack of funding, sometimes even networking. So we always, Ukrainians don't have also internal market. So we had the idea that we have to develop something and sell it abroad. So I think this is a great benefit for Ukrainian founders. It's a limitation, but also it's a great benefit for us. So we have a really hard time, and the hard time, as we know, always help people, help nation to become stronger. So I see that right now, the key pillar together with development is marketing, and marketing in that world is crucial, I think. So Ukrainian founders are super good in marketing, and we all know the successful cases with Genesis and all of the bench of the companies who belongs to Genesis, and they are apparently the biggest ad spenders, as far as I know, in the world. So I understand that the expertise we have right now in user acquisition, marketing, development, it just make us, I would say, more focused, and we have no choice. We all, Ukrainians, stand on the cliff, and we in the position where we don't have a choice but succeed. That's why, I believe that that's why we made a bet on Ukrainian startups. But as well, we have to be open right now. And what also good talking about Ukrainian startups and Ukrainian founders, Ukrainian teams, that we also currently spread, as I mentioned before, right, around the globe, and we can learn from the others. And if you need a quicker connection with some community in Toronto, the very next day I can call you and you make me some kind of intro, same here in Lisbon. So we all have same pains, and right now we globally connected.
And same
right?
history, most of us have. You stress about, when you talk about green flags about Ukrainian farmers, you talked about marketing skills. Maybe it's changed the last few years, because, for example, when I talk with a lot of in North America market experts, they told like it's a red flag for Ukrainian founders, because they always stress it's like a technical skills very good, but not so many like a business skills or marketing skills. But I agree with you, it's a change in the last 3 years, I think,
I understand what you mean by saying that, and I think that defining word marketing, here we have to divide it into two different directions, like in the niches. Like if American entrepreneur or investor mentioning that marketing for Ukrainians not as good in marketing as Americans, they usually mean that we are not good sellers. And actually, I think this is what we have to learn: how to sell, how to be more ambitious. It's what we lack and what we have to learn from them. But alongside with that, we kind of compensating it with online marketing skills and with math behind that. You could easily find some, I would call it like loopholes, and we could be really productive. Like if we need to test dozen creatives and found the best funnel for certain products, we could do it. But if you start doing such thing in US, they have some friends who've been working in American companies, and they just mentioned like if you need to test like some hypothesis, you need to go through like a certain level in your company just to get an approval from the legal department, so on. I know some friend of mine who've been working in some companies. I don't want to call the name of the company, but like Ukrainian companies. They call it the season 5, right? Like the December. And they have a practice like to pay triple salary bonuses and host them during the high season, let's say in December, just to make them work, right? And Ukrainians are ready for that, right? And then they are performing, and they test 100,000 creatives and approaches just to be able to reach a certain level of KPIs. Right?
And especially now, I think it's very important, because now this cycle of how fast startup need to grow, very short, and best performance.
And I think actually it's one of the, again, pillar what we are always looking how fast you can adapt and how fast you can test your ideas right now. Of course, like everyone is talking about data mode, whatever other modes, like expertise mode. What I see right now that this is like a short period of time where some companies could achieve great success by just simply being able to do quick, flashy products. And then also it can give them, I believe that it can give them also a lot of data. And like if you kind of get done like and sell these flashy products, then you can easily, I believe, like this, this is the highest chance that you succeed. Because right now everyone, in this kind of race, it's what I see, like to being able to like put your product in the workflow. It's not important like whether you go to bed, it's just if you sell it, then you start getting your data, and then you kind of can hire better people if you're already in there. And this like fast approach what we have, I believe that it could definitely help us.
Yeah, great. Let's switch about topic of AI. Of course. Last 3 years we
it's
talked
the hottest topic of
the
day.
Like a venture capitalist, how you understand, because all startup, I know, we saw in UAtech hundreds and hundreds of startups, all of them talk about AI, we have AI. How you understand it's a real AI, or it's a ChatGPT based, like a one-day startup? How do you understand it before invest? Maybe some research or something?
It's a good question. Thank you for asking me that. Sometimes it could be difficult to understand, and initially like all the capital flow into everything what had label of AI. This was like 2-3 years ago. Like people were crazy investing into everything what had this label. Right now, I think and I see several points important and helps to understand what is like at least like to make initial kind of understanding what makes these startups different. So I would call like a data mode if the company has their own proprietary data sets. Like, and we had such companies in our portfolio who been operating at certain, sometimes non-lucrative markets. They've been operating on like retail or media or like restaurant reservation business. They have a lot of data, and if they start pitching me something, I understand that they kind of understand and have at least like a starting point to grow. Second of all, the domain expertise of the founder and the team. Let's say I had a chat today during the Web Summit with the guys. They just told me like, okay, I'm a professor of psychology, right? And certain domain and certain expertise. And I just know that there are some, in US, there are some clinics who highly interested in such kind of things. And I developed this product that like strictly focused, it's that type of problem. And this is the vertical approach I believe also works. Technical experience as well, like it's a third pillar, like how like the mature is a team, as a team, and fourth pillar, if you can do quick marketing, right? Because for me, this is the most important thing. And also, like if you already have some successful cases, if you already had a real clients and you can see that you delivering not only like I'm already doing some AI or whatever things, but if you can articulate directly that okay, this kind of solution helps reduce the ticket flow by 40%, right? And then you can calculate it. It's quite easy for you to understand the cost of that kind of process in the company. It helps me as a former founder and the CEO of a company understand that, okay, I understand that this person, if I were in the shoes of the CEO, he could talk to me and help me to solve my problem and reduce cost or like improve some process in the company, and I can measure it, right? If like all the number talks.
Yeah, interesting how you personally choose what kind of AI startup you want to invest. It's some questions about maybe industry, something.
Yes, some industries are easier for me to understand than the others, but also for me right now the personal touch with the founder has also same value as the technical background, as the vertical. Sometimes I could choose to go with the product where I have less expertise, but I feel that I could bring some more value because I see the potential and I see that this is the hidden gem, let's call it that way. Alongside with the technical part, the personal touch with the founder for me personally is equally important as the verticals, what we are talking about. Let's say
interesting how many meetings you need to understand this personal touch. It's a
difficult question. Sometimes it requires a lot of time. Like let's say we are going right now into the partnership after 3 years of friendship with the British guy who've been living here in Lisbon as well. And we start our relationship as the friends, and then like we talk to each other, and at some point we found some overlaps in our interests, and we're like, okay, now we co-create something. So it really depends. I understand that the classical venture funds, they are under pressure of the LPs who kind of, if you took the money from LPs, then you kind of have this pressure to deploy this capital. And in my case, I don't have such pressure. So I have a privilege to spend more time and then like to make a better bet on that person. Also, the second example, we have a company what we made in our investment, and they are Dutch company who've been doing with the restaurant business, like optimization of certain processes. And I understand that they are working slightly in a different way, so I could bring through this Ukrainian mentality and Ukrainian kind of way of doing business our vision. So we kind of consult them and help them also to succeed.
You share your
Our
expertise.
yeah. But also we learn from them because they have this good pedigree, good experience working with big companies, with the processes as well. So we also learn from them. Right, so it works in the both sides because they have experience working with McKinsey and this type of company. So it also like works in both way, right? Okay,
cool. Let's talk about startup. What you already invest. Yeah, how you can help them grow, or even maybe just wait for exit or something.
Yeah, in my case, I like to choose. I like term what I learned from one American investor. He said, I forgot his name, by the way, but he's like a tier 1 guy. Yeah. So he said, like, we are doing active investment. I like to choose the companies and learn developing with them, right? Let's say the current investment where we made a big bet, this is the Ukrainian company Lifio AI. They've been operating on retail market, right? This is completely not my domain, but I understand how all the general basic business approach, how to grow the company, how to attract capital, how to grow through the cycles inside of the companies. So in that case, I sometimes can initiate crises inside of the company or conflicts and then try to solve it. What else? We also have in our network teams who are really good in marketing, as well as we have tech team. And if you need some expertise or second opinion, we could easily help with that. If you don't have some specific expertise, it's also not difficult to find through the network. So with the growing amount of requests from our set of investments, we also like learning what we can do better. But of course, at some points as well, I understand that we have to leave them after this crisis, I would call them, and let them develop without our impact, because it's also important for them to be responsible for their result. And we work with the requests. Again, just to sum up, it's marketing usually, networking, technical, and sometimes they also need advice and just to talk about some difficult case, because all the cases basically similar. And if you see several cases among different startups, companies, whatever, then you start to understand the patterns, and you start, while you understand them, you can articulate your point of view. It's not always 100% accurate, but you can articulate, and they could talk with you, and even if you say something what they are not agreed to, for many founders, it's important to have someone who they could trust and talk to. We also do some internal networking events, right? They also, what I see that it helps them to go from the bubble sometimes and to see how it could be done in different companies. And sometimes I'm even nudging founders from my circle to co-invest into our other companies, just to make them more aware about the practices, and just in general helps the whole ecosystem to grow.
Jason, how many startups do you have like in your investment?
We don't have a lot, I would say. We already have some write-offs. We have some successful cases. It's around like up to 20, I would say.
20?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Up to 20.
I feel like you're really interested to grow in this product. You know a lot of about company, what you invest, yeah?
Not all the companies, but I'm trying to be at main board meetings, and understand what the strategy of the company. Sometimes, if the service could be necessary for someone, but who does the different thing, I could easily recommend it, right? And once you start talking to many other different, not only internally companies, but then you can match and assemble puzzles. It's just like a game, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you kind of learning what they are doing, and then you can match with the other opportunities. And basically, my role sometimes just to connect the dots.
Yeah, it's very fit with me too. It's I love this work too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, like now we're in era of ChatGPT, yeah, and so many people talk about how AI changed the world, all these things, and of course AI changed in startup world too. What do you think? What most important changes happened there?
I think that the speed of execution of the tasks, what we used to execute for months, you could execute right now in an hour, right? Yeah. So the speed and efficiency, right? The efficient you could be with the set of tasks, how many electricity you spend on certain execution, right? So everyone starts talking about the efficiency of usage of AI, because basically everyone could do the same thing, but how efficiently you could be, how many tokens you could spend for the, and how to set up the system behind it, how you orchestrate different AI inside, under the hood of your company, your tool, your product. This is a very important thing. AI made the big changes in speed, right, and quality, but also it made everyone equal in execution, if it makes sense.
Interesting thought about this, how many tokens they spend. It's like some metrics for you. You watch to report or
Yeah. I think it's a pretty basic metrics right now for all AI startups. You can easily write a prompt in AI Studio of Google and develop an app, or just same stuff you could do with Replit, Lovable. But if you really understand what you are doing, you're kind of able to efficiently develop AI product. Then you start thinking about this efficiency of tokens, this efficiency of electricity consumption, GPU consumption, whatever. And this is like, must-have topic. Like people asking, VC ask products alongside with P&L. So basically, it has a direct impact to your P&L. So you want to know the cost of execution. So basically, it's like the cost of, it just became already a commodity. So now you need to understand who can do it cheaper. Basically, it's it.
Yeah,
so it's not, anymore a black box or something sacral. This is a basic question already for all the startups in AI, how efficient you are.
Let's summarize a little bit. For venture fund, how you see what maybe green or red flags for today's startup, like 2025?
I guess I already touched a little bit these topics. But yeah, just to summarize what makes us happy and unhappy about the flow of startups we have in our pipeline. It's pretty easy, right? It's a check boxes, like whether you have your data or public data, like proprietary or public data. As a founder, what is your expertise? How many years you spend in the certain area and in AI? What is your metric right now? Because metrics are important. I want to talk with the founder with the business metrics. Like I want that he understand that what is the ARR, He understands what his LTV versus CAC. Even if he doesn't have right now that numbers, talk to him pretty openly, this metrics right now, and his vision about reaching, even if he's not there right now, I want to see bridges that he has this path and vision. Let's say we understand that right now all the founders try to reach the LTV versus CAC 3-to-1. So this is the standard, let's say, right? So for me, it's important that he knows at least about it, right? So if he doesn't know about it, I don't want to even proceed talking to him about that. And I'll give you a decent example about that. We had product what I love, and I like the idea of that product. But when we get to the business with him, they will never ever talk about this business metric. So I understand that, like, if I would have unlimited amount of money, and just a pure interest, I would probably go just out of curiosity. But in that sense, the business metrics, if the founder doesn't understand the business metrics, is definitely a red flag. An opposite, if he understands. I don't want to work with the rappers who use API.
It's a red flag.
It's absolutely a red flag. If you don't have anything but I use API of ChatGPT and try to solve some very general issue, generic issue, then we won't go with you. So you have to be better, you have to at least like in some function, and you have to understand what the pain points you solve for the business, and you have to have a vision how you would grow and what channels you use to grow. Otherwise, it's quite difficult to talk to the founders, and to, later on it will generate a lot of hassle issue in communication with them. But also I understand that it's almost impossible to have everything in place. So we all human. So it's also been truth that it's impossible to have all the green flags in the startups, and sometimes we also see if the person is capable and just openly saying, I don't know that, but just I'm ready to talk to you. And do you have like some time for me to to consult? And then I understand that he has the trajectory of growing. He's like openly saying, okay, I understand, and you tell him, okay, you've done this mistake. If I were you, I would do in that way. And next time you talk to him, and he already use certain of your advices. And actually, we have such successful investment. What I like about that, they already big Ukrainian startup which has dramatic growth. And when we talk to them, he always ask opinion about certain cases, and afterwards gives the feedback what was valuable and what didn't work. And it also gives us understanding and knowledge what was good and what didn't work, right? That's it.
Cool.
Basically.
Maybe for our wrap up this conversation, you can share some expression about Web Summit, finish of the 2025 season. What do you think about this year in general?
This year in general.
And preparation maybe next season,
Yeah, and this year we didn't touch defense industry, what is really big in Ukraine right now. I think it's missing in Web Summit. Just I had an idea passing by Ukrainian booths today. Would be good to bring next year a bunch of Ukrainian defense, not only defense, some set of Ukrainian startups. This year it was a really poor one. And what I see that Web Summit turns into the more like country attracting talented, and it's a pity that Ukraine has such a small booth. Maybe next year we'll be able to bring.
But a lot of Ukrainians on Web Summit.
Yeah.
Not so big booth, but so many people.
Yeah. I've heard that probably we should call Ukrainian Web Summits, right? I think it attracts a lot of Ukrainians.
It's a UAtech.
Yeah. In general, I like Web Summit because it has a lot of different startups, and it just need a pretty big team and an energy level to go through the whole Web Summit. And I think it worth visiting, definitely. We also, with my team, going to Slash afterwards I've heard it's also it would be the nice ending of the year as well for us, just to see what is going on the startup market. Yeah, I hope Ukrainian founders would succeed, and I'll be happy to be a part of this journey and grow together with them. I like being in the position of a person and the company who are growing together with them. And I will try to do our best to support. Basically, that's it.
Cool. About defense startup, our next season, UAtech season, your Venture Night format, we start with a totally defense event on Brussels on February 2026. I invite you.
Okay.
For defense startups, maybe 20 startup of pitch competitions. A little bit later I will share this information. It's a special event.
We don't have such startups in our portfolio, but I would love to understand how this market works. It's just,
me too.
Yeah.
It's interesting area, yeah, but and I think it's sad, but it's very important.
Yeah. And it's what we can do really well right now because we have a lot of data.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sergii. It's very conversations. Thank you very much. Yeah. See you next season of UAtech Venture Night. We plan 15 events of next season. Start from Brussels, Barcelona, San Francisco. A lot of. See you there.
I'm really happy to be in a partnership with UAtech in Lisbon. We host, let's say, because it's right now the hometown for my team and for me. So we're happy to be a co-host with you and to start this partnership. I hope next year we'll do something bigger with you. Yeah.